HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time, and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
This episode of the Having It All podcast is sponsored by me, Matthew Bivens, and I absolutely love helping people launch and grow podcasts. My background is in digital marketing, and I'll be honest, when I was first presented with the idea of starting a podcast to grow my brand, I completely shut it down. I thought it was going to be too expensive, too time-consuming, and pull me away from what I really wanted to focus on in my business. But you know what? Shortly after launching the Digital Marketing Guy podcast, I realized that I could have not been more wrong. Podcasting quickly became my favorite and most effective way of reaching a global audience, growing my brand authority, and attracting my ideal client. Today, after successfully launching, growing, and monetizing 3 different podcasts, I help businesses and entrepreneurs do the same. To learn more about how I can help you break into podcasting, go to MatthewBivens.com/podcast. Again, that's MatthewBivens.com/podcast. Welcome to the Having It All podcast, the show about what it takes to live an abundant, loving life. My name is Matthew Bivens, and each week I'm helping you get out of your head so that you can truly have it all. Let's do it. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and she was telling me about this dis-ease that she has been feeling within herself, and she was describing what happens when this dis-ease comes up and manifests and what it looks like in her body. And what was really interesting, I'd never heard of it before, but as soon as she described it, I knew exactly what she was talking about because I suffer from it as well. So in this episode, that's what I want to jump into. I want to share what this dis-ease was and shine a little bit of light on it, because chances are, I imagine if you're interested in this show, into this podcast, you've probably experienced it yourself. So my friend's name is Shonda, and Shonda and I what were we doing? We were talking on the phone. I don't know what we were doing, but we were just having a conversation. And she was telling me about abundanc-itis. That's right, abundanc-itis. It's like itis plus abundance. Abundance-itis, something like that. But it's basically this state, this thing that happens when you're a person who's looking to experience and attract abundance in their life. You want to have an abundance of money. You want to have an abundance of friends. You want to have an abundance of rich relationships and vacation time and whatever it is that you want. We are abundant people, and we would like to experience that abundance. And maybe if you're like me or like others, then abundance and being abundant is something that is on your mind frequently and something that you're repping and you're practicing it. But every once in a while, that abundanc-itis flares up and you just experience this extreme, so almost unexplainable amount of scarcity. That scarcity looks like jealousy. That scarcity looks like possessiveness. Scarcity looks like fear, but is the total opposite of the abundance that you say you're all about and that you say that you're seeking. HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time, and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
So Shonda was just telling this to me, and what was so great about her explanation and her sharing was that I could absolutely relate. I got it. And for me at the time, what I was experiencing was scarcity in terms of jealousy. I was experiencing jealousy, which is a feeling that I am very familiar with from my past. I would consider myself a jealous partner up until the last 3, 4, 5 years. Really with Sarah is where I have been able to shift my perspective and don a new lens and really quiet those jealous monsters within me. But they pop up every once in a while. When that abundanc-itis flares up, the jealousy comes back out. And that's what I was experiencing too. And I'm like, dang, that's so wild, because here I am talking about abundance, preaching abundance, doing things, working on being abundant and feeling abundant, but that scarcity was just popping up. So I wanted to shine a little bit of light on that. And I wanted to give you, as well as myself, a little bit of leeway and give us a break, honestly. Because this stuff that we're doing, this healing journey, this growing journey, this personal development, this always trying to become and experience our greatest version of ourselves. When we're on that type of path, or even when you're trying to make just little improvements, small improvements, just tiny little things in your life that you feel you would like to let go of or become better at, or whatever it is, we can be so freaking hard on ourselves when we feel like we're taking a step backwards. We can be so hard on ourselves when those stories or those emotions or those feelings that we have been so trying to get away from, when they pop up, it's like, dang, here I am right back in that state again. I must not have evolved or grown or healed at all. I know I felt that way. I felt that way, like, man, here I am thinking I've come so far with this jealousy thing. Here I am thinking I've transcended it. I've healed those thoughts. I've released those attachments. And then boom, I just get smacked in the face with some abundanc-itis. And here I am feeling scarce. And here I am feeling jealous. And here I am feeling possessive. And then right on the tail end of that is judgment. Judgment of myself. Like, come on, Matthew, you're better than that. Come on, man, really? This stuff again? Still? All of that is judgment. All of that is judgment. And it surprised me how quick the judgment came on the back end of that scarcity. When scarcity, it is what it is. Jealousy, like, whatever. It popped up. And here I am attaching a ton of meaning to it. And it's that meaning that I attach to it that is really pulling me down, or it's like an ankle weight, preventing me from moving forward at the pace that I want to. And that's what I want to give us all a huge break on. We don't have to be so hard on ourselves. We don't need to judge when we experience the abundanc-itis. It happens. It's cool. It's part of growth. It's part of this whole journey. It's foolish for us to believe that we're going to be on path 100% of the time. Nobody is. There's moments where we get off path and boom, we recognize it and we jump back on. An analogy that I love to use is an airplane. When an airplane takes off from Atlanta and it's heading to San Diego, it's not on path 100% of the time. It might veer a few degrees to the north, a few degrees to the south, and then it corrects. It looks at its instrumentation and says, I'm going a little bit north. I need to course correct. We can do the same in our lives because we're trying to get from jealousy to abundance. It's not going to be a straight path. Sometimes we're going to be feeling extraordinarily abundant and we're like, I finally transcended this thing, finally. And then other moments we're going to feel so scarce and something small, something that we didn't even register was in our periphery, boom, hits us and we feel extremely jealous. But that's okay, because that's when we course correct. That's when we say, man, those feelings that you're having right now, that don't want to look your spouse in the eye, that the heartbeat speeding up, the perspiring, the want to deflect and deny and turn the conversation around and become accusatory, all that stuff, that's just jealousy. That's just jealousy. And it's okay. I don't have to judge it. I don't have to write off all the growth that I've experienced up to this point. I don't have to say it's been all for nothing. I don't have to say, well, obviously I haven't grown at all because look, here I am getting jealous. All I need to do is to say, I went a few degrees south. Let me get back on. And for each of us, course correcting could look different. The things that I might do to help me get back on path, get back into my powerful state of mind, get back into my abundance might be different than what you do. I know for myself, typically, a little bit of time. Let me just put a little bit of time in between that feeling of jealousy and in between my reaction to it. So for me, that looks like a walk. A lot of times, if I can just get outside, get out in nature, breathe some fresh air, feel the sun on my skin, I'm able to just, okay, all right. Let me get back into my skin. For other people, for Sarah, for example, for her, when she's feeling off path, meditation helps her get back on. Journaling helps her get back on. For me as well, another thing that I like to do, go for a run, be in exercise. I enjoy that because exercise helps me become present. When I'm feeling, my leg muscles moving, when I'm feeling my arms just like pumping because I'm doing some pull-ups, I become present in this moment. I can't think about the jealous feelings. I can't think about the scarcity because, man, my arms are burning. I need to be right here. So find whatever it is for you that helps you to course correct, get back on path. Because the abundanc-itis, it's going to happen. It's going to flare up for every once in a while. For those folks like us who are playing big games of abundance, we want to have it all. That abundant, loving life. That's what we're out there for. Those little moments of scarcity, the abundanc-itis is just the universe's way of saying, okay, cool, you're feeling real abundant right now? Let's see how abundant you are. Boom. Let me drop a little jealousy up in the mix. Let's see how you handle that. So instead of cursing it, instead of being frustrated by it, and instead of judging ourselves because we're experiencing a little bit of jealousy or a little bit of scarcity, let's say, okay, this is giving me an opportunity to really do a check, an audit of my body, an audit of where I am. Because boom, now I'm hit with the jealousy. Boom, now I'm hit with the scarcity. All right, how am I responding to it? 12 months ago, I might have responded a whole different way. It might have been nuclear 12 months ago. Maybe something crazy would have gone off and I would have just lost my mind in some way. But today, I just feel a little bit of jealousy. Wow, okay, that's a lot of growth. I've come a long way. That is a much more healthy perspective and a much more healthy internal conversation to have than, man, Matthew, come on. Really, again? Here you are being jealous again. Have you learned nothing? Those types of conversations, man, they bring us so far back. And as long as we hold on to those stories, of still, really, wow, you've learned nothing. It truly is. It's like trying to run a marathon with ankle weights on. You're going to be putting in a lot more energy and a lot more effort to move just a very small amount.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+. Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry. We were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
So cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a break. Understand that when you're playing the games of abundance and the games of greatness and the game of growth and the game of healing, understand that sometimes you're flowing north, sometimes you're flowing south. It's okay. Things ebb and flow in life. You just ride those waves. You don't have to judge them. So I appreciate Shonda, and I appreciate her sharing her dis-ease of abundanc-itis. And when I say dis-ease, by the way, it is dis-ease. That's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate her sharing that with me because it brought some perspective into my awareness, into my being. It allowed me to say, wow, okay, yeah, I experienced that. And it allowed me to release the attachment from it. And as I was able to release the attachment, I don't have to judge it so much. Eventually, I don't have to judge it at all. I can just say, wow, okay, that's a little jealousy. I know what that is. All right. I know what I need to do to get back into my right state of mind. And let me just say that the concept of experiencing that jealousy and that scarcity and then doing whatever you need to do to get back into a space of power, that concept is pretty simple, right? Like, it's pretty simple to understand, but I know that it's not easy. I know that when you are feeling that way, you almost get tunnel vision. It's like like those racehorses, they've got those blinders that just block out their periphery, so all they see is the thing right in front of them. And when you're experiencing that jealousy, when you're experiencing that scarcity, all you can see is that thing right in front of you. If you're feeling scarce about money and you've been planning to experience more abundance around money, but in this moment right now you're feeling scarce about money, everything else can kind of narrow. And you're just thinking about, man, there's still a week left in the month and I don't have money for groceries. Oh gosh, the light bill comes out tomorrow. I'm supposed to pay Netflix. Oh man, I forgot that my kid needs some new school supplies. And everything just starts to narrow and all you can think about is that scarcity. I understand that in those moments it can be freaking hard to step back and say, okay, wait. All right, my mind is going on a reel right now. It's just moving on its own. Let me back up. Let me remember, okay, what is that thing that really helps me? Okay, it's going into the garden. Let me go into the garden for 15 minutes. Let me not think about this. Let me become present and then get back into a powerful space. And when I'm back in a powerful, present space, I will go ahead and I'll handle the circumstance that's in front of me. When I'm back into feeling more abundant. So I know it's simple, but not always easy, but I also know that you can do it. I'm going to be working on it as well, because those little things pop up for me every once in a while, and it's just great opportunity for me to practice these things that I talk about and share with you all. And on this show, honestly, so much of the things I talk about are things that I am experiencing and I'm going through personally. And I use this podcast as an opportunity to share them with the understanding that you might be going through something very, very similar right now. Or if you're not experiencing it right now, you might experience it tomorrow, next week, next month. And so it's really an opportunity for all of us to engage in this collective conversation of, I am playing for greatness. I want to experience abundance. I want to experience love. And I'm aware that circumstances are going to be dropped in my path. The universe is going to test me in different ways. And it's all okay. It is all okay. So I appreciate you hanging out with me on this episode of the Having It All podcast. It has been fun. I'm very grateful to you for listening and tuning in every week. I would love to invite you, if you've gotten something from the show today or any of the episodes in the past, I would very, very much appreciate a review on iTunes. It means a lot. It helps the show to climb the charts a little bit, and also helps new people find the show and connect with it. So you can go to my website, matthewbivens.com/review. Go to that URL and leave a review on iTunes. That would be super appreciated. And hey, if you're there and you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe as well. I would appreciate that also. Once again, very, very grateful to have you here with me on the show, and really just to have you here on this amazing journey that we're all on to have it all and to experience more abundance and love in life. And it's a beautiful thing, and I'm going to keep on keeping on. So my name is Matthew Bivens, and here is to you having it all.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.